This one woman gets home and she's like, what is that? She thought it was a pet in her house, and she realizes, oh, that's coming from my Christmas tree. She looks in the tree and she could not believe what she saw. She had to get out her camera and share it with the world.
I am literally freaking out right now. I have no idea how this possum got in my house and up into my tree. And I'm trying to get him out, but it will not let me, and I just don't know what to do. I don't know how I got in here. I don't leave my doors open. Somebody help.
She didn't actually need to help.
No,
at
she
all.
didn't.
No. I mean, so she put on gloves, like rubber gloves, right?
Like the ones that you clean the house with, like the big yellow ones.
She goes to the tree and yanks the thing off. This possum was hanging on for dear life.
Well, it was like, look, this is my home. And so it was really tight on the limb. So she pulls it. He runs across the living room and under the couch.
Yes. It took her a while, but she finally tackled the thing like an NFL player.
She did.
And was able to get it out the door.
I just, that is a better woman than I am. I'll tell you that for a fact. I would be calling out the door, somebody help me.
Listen, Liz had an encounter with a possum.
I did. But it wasn't scary at all. In fact, I if I remember correctly, I gave him a little kiss on his nose.
Listen, it's a wild animal. And she actually has a picture of this thing. She is inches from its nose. And listen, possum are mean.
They can be.
They're mean and they hiss at you.
I know, but a friend of mine rescues them, and she had raised him, and his name's Opie.
Oh, Opie.
Opie the possum.
Opie. You know, Scott found an animal in his Christmas tree one year.
Yes, from my living room Christmas tree, there rose such a clatter that I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter, and my calico cat decided to climb up our Christmas tree, perched herself on one of the limbs, and looked like an ornament. I mean, you could not have positioned herself any better.
And the tree didn't fall over?
No, amazingly. Somehow she balanced everything, climbed halfway up, and just plopped right on the limb.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
From the My HISRadio app, there is the open mic. Open it up, and you record anything. Well, an open mic just came in through the My HISRadio app.
One year, we decided to go to a Christmas tree farm for a tree, and we let our youngest son pick out the biggest tree. It was beautiful. We brought it home, set it up, decorated it, went to bed, and in the morning, the tree looked like it was moving. And when we investigated, a spider had hatched hundreds of eggs that were crawling all over the tree and all over the packages. And that's not what you want to find in your tree or in your house.
No, especially during Christmas. Ninja has a very intriguing question about this.
How would you even treat that?
Oh, good question.
Burn that house down.
Burn the house down?
I mean,
come on.
I feel faint.
Because spiders were probably everywhere in her house?
If the tree was moving from a spider, and spiders don't weigh anything.
Yeah, but it was spiders. It was multiple.
That's what I'm saying. There had to have been thousands.
Yeah, well, look at this.
Oh, gosh.
She's really got the story going in her head.
I can't. So we had a lot of rain over the weekend.
Yeah?
And I'm putting my makeup on Sunday morning before church. My husband was not home. And I'm putting on my eyeliner and stuff thinking, okay, girl, that looks pretty good. There is a palmetto bug on my pillow because I was putting my makeup on in my bed. And I freaked out through the pillow. The dogs are like, what's going on, Mom? Roof, roof. And it was, oh, my goodness gracious.
What was it, a spider?
A palmetto bug.
A palmetto bug. A cockroach, huh?
Well, it is, but it's not. It's one that typically they're outside, but the rain, I guess, pushes them in.
Pushes them in. No, you opened and said, come on, welcome home.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I was like,
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
So we heard from a young lady on an open mic, and she was talking about her Christmas tree and what she had found in her Christmas tree one day. This is an open mic from the My HISRadio app.
A spider had hatched hundreds of eggs that were crawling all over the tree and all over the packages.
Spiders hatched. Hundreds of them. Liz thinks thousands all over the house.
To make the tree move, it would
Right.
have to be. So Brenda.
She did mention that earlier in that open mic.
Right, wow. Okay, Brenda. Brenda texted and said that lady's story about those spiders and her Christmas tree just made the hair on the back of my neck stand up, and I had
Right.
chills up and down my arms.
Come on.
Heather said, okay, we have 22-foot ceilings at the house. We went to a tree farm to get the tallest tree we could find. It was beautiful, got a great deal on it. Towards the end of Christmas, we started noticing all of these little bugs on everything. The tree was covered in pine beetles, which I've never heard of. They got rid of the tree, have never done a live tree since.
We don't
I
have a
hear
live
ya.
tree at our house. It
We
just
have-
leaves pine needles all over the place. You
We
know?
have one, but now I'm freaked out.
Oh, now she's thinking
not be
something's
no
going to be in there. Well, you know the best way to treat it.
Yeah, burn the house down.
Yeah, that's what she says. Here's an open mic that just came in through the My His Radio app.
That spider tree is what nightmares are made of. I would rather have a cat, a possum, a squirrel, and multiple other animals in my tree at the same time than have enough spiders to make a tree move. Just burn the house down, like Liz said.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
I love this open mic that just came in. This is from the My His Radio app. You tap on the open mic on the My His Radio app. You can record anything you want. It goes right to us.
So talking about spiders in your Christmas tree, either I had put it up and I hadn't put the tree skirt on, or we were taking it down. Either way, a big old spider crawled out from under it a few years ago, and I flipped out and I hollered for my husband because no thank you, no ma'am, no him, no Sam. I don't do bugs. About burning it down. I don't think we have that tree.
Probably not anymore, huh? You and Liz have something in common. Bugs, they stay away from.
Well, we try to get them to stay away from. Okay, Stephanie. Oh, my goodness. Stephanie had a snake in her house. So she had a live tree, and her husband was at work. She's at home. She comes into the living room. Snake's on the floor. She freaks out, jumps on the couch, calls her husband. She didn't realize the cat had actually killed the snake.
What?
So for the time it took her husband to get home, Stephanie stayed on the couch the whole time until he came home and got
So
rid of it.
that was the cat's dinner.
Yeah, the cat was like,
Evidently.
actually a chew
Quite
toy.
the text that came in at 800-447-7234. Okay, this is Teresa. What's up, Teresa?
Don't go to New York then, because I've got magazine. It's a critter magazine, and it says that it's estimated there's 7 rats for every 1 person in New York City.
There you go, girl.
I have a trip scheduled in February. Oh, no.
Now she's going to have to think about rats.
I know.
You trying to keep me up at night.
There's always something worse.
Is there, though? Is there?
Maybe she should take several trips on the subway when she's there in February.
Oh, yeah. And videotape it. Yes.
Mhm.
Y'all are killing me this morning. Oh, my goodness.
She should take the beloved rat tour in NYC.
That one's free.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
I don't know if your dog has ever got stuck in anything, but this one curious hound saw, oh, look at this, a hole in the wall, and stuck its head through the dryer vent. And all you see on the outside of the house is this dog head.
Yeah, he looks like a basset hound or a beagle of some sort, and he's got his big old floppy ears. Here's my thing. How did this dog, his name's Spike, he living up to his name, how did he even wedge his head through that dryer
Easy
vent?
enough. You know how you can get some things through stuff, and all of a sudden it's stuck, and you're like, whoop.
I mean, I've done that with rings before. You know, you peel them off or pull them off, and then you go to put it back on. It's like, or
Out in
whatever.
the world, yeah.
But his head,
Mhm.
and he just looks like another day. I feel like he gets in trouble a lot.
Boy, and the fire department came out.
The
They had to take the siding off and get a little hole around him so he could go back into the house.
Yeah, there was no buttering up his ears or, throwing some oil on there to try to make it slick and get it
Buttering
back.
up its ears.
No, they had to actually take the siding off. So
Yeah.
poor Spike, but even more so, poor mom and dad.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Why does this happen this time of year? So much more.
It's a new scam.
Oh.
This is a different kind of a scam because it's gift cards. So you know how when you're shopping and you're at the cash register, when you're getting ready to pay for everything, they have gift cards that's there that you can pick a gift card, load it up, and then you give it to somebody, right? So here's what people are doing. This is ingenious and sad all at the same time, because what these scammers are doing in the store is taking the card off the shelf, getting down all the information about that card, and then putting it back. And then they lie in wait and see if somebody picks up that card and purchases it and loads it up. And unbeknowingly, until whoever you give it to starts to use that card, the card will be null and void because it doesn't have any money on it. That's because these people that scanned it in the store, waiting for somebody to load it up, goes, aha, now I can use this card.
And the person who received that card may never tell you because they don't want to hurt your feelings.
Oh, exactly.
And then here's my point. Like, you've got to continually check that gift card and see if it's been activated. So why not get a job? You're spending an awful lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is this thing activated yet? Oh, not yet. Nobody's bought it.
Most of them stay in the store and they wait because they take the ones that are on the top. And a lot of people, especially on a really busy shopping day, and this is the best time of year to do this, right? Will sit there and wait and they go, they got that one. And then they automatically start using the card.
Well, and some of the gift cards are, like Rob is saying, like it's available to get that information.
Yeah.
Some are in the package. And so you would have to rip the package to get the information and the little security number that's on it. But I guess it's more common with the ones that are just kind of out there.
They are out there. They're just kind of hanging on the card or on the little cardboard.
On the little tag thing,
right?
yeah.
So, that's a new one that's out there. Might as well just order the gift cards online.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Wasabi! Wasabi!
Wasabi!
Wasabi! Scott, come on. You doesn't even join in. That's straight
Wasabi!
Wasabi!
He was just sitting there looking at
I was warming up. I was waiting.
Sure.
Waiting for my cue
Thank
word.
you
Sure
for
you were.
participating in that. Evidently, wasabi is good for you.
You know, anything spicy seems to be good for you, and I stay so far away from the spicy. It's not even funny.
That's spicy. Isn't it like sushi or something?
No, well,
Wasabi?
so it's on the side of sushi because you'll put a little bit with your sushi.
It's like a sauce.
No, I don't.
No?
A paste. I would almost say it's like
It's a paste?
It's almost like the consistency of a paste. So they always, besides sushi, put ginger, which I will eat that like it's my job, but not wasabi. Won't touch it.
Okay, wasabi.
Wasabi.
Well, first time Scott had sushi and wasabi.
Yeah. The key is what Liz just said. A little bit of
Yeah.
wasabi. I'm sitting there with my dad. We're having this is the first time I've had sushi, and I look over and there's this bowl of green paste. I said, "Oh, it looks pretty good," and I slathered some on some sushi, and I thought my head was going to go inside out, and my nose was going to fall out. I mean, I was just dripping snot and everything. Never again. I like wasabi, but I'm very careful about the dosage.
The dosage.
I'm surprised
of wasabi.
that you went back to it after having that kind of reaction.
Yeah, well, I like spicy food, so it was a while before I went back, but I eventually did go back.
Sure. Wow.
I like sushi. I don't like sashimi, but I like sushi.
What? Who and what?
Sashimi, if I'm not mistaken, is just it's plain raw, right? Right?
Anybody know?
Yeah, so the sashimi is a little bit more expansive.
Yeah.
But it's literally just like a little blob of rice and then the raw fish just draped over top.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't do sashimi. But sushi, like a Philly roll, honey.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Wasabi. Evidently, we're learning it's good for you. Scott had an experience with wasabi.
Yeah, I really didn't know what wasabi was. Trying sushi for the very first time, they had a little bowl of it on the table, and I just get like a dollop of it and smear it over one of the sushi rolls. And the mistake was then taking that next bite because it is so potent. I felt like my head was going to lift off from my body, but the sinuses immediately cleared up, and this snot just starts pouring out.
Head's going to lift off my body.
Eyes watering. I mean, really, I thought my head was going to fall off. It was so bad.
Poor
Crazy,
thing. Poor
right?
Scott.
Scott, I'm glad you're okay. Yeah.
And I like wasabi today. Crazy
That
enough,
amazes me.
Yeah.
Why would you ever go back?
All we're saying
But I know
is
how to eat it now. Very, very carefully.
Lightly.
Small amounts.
All we're
portions.
saying is give wasabi a chance. 800-447-7234. You're on his radio.
Good morning. This is Melody.
Hi, Melody.
So, the wasabi thing. Scott, I feel you. I did almost the same thing. So I worked at a ministry years ago in Missouri. The people I worked with we had a creamery, so we were the ones that did the tasters at the different grocery stores for our product. And I was with this couple who are from China and Malaysia, so they always took us to really cool places to eat. Well, they had this time that they brought to-go sushi, and I see this little round green ball. And I'm like, oh, look, it's a mint. I put the whole thing in my mouth. I thought I was going to die.
I'm sure.
Oh, no.
I was choking. I was falling. Tears were streaming, snot rolling. And I'm having a hard time breathing. And they're like, oh, my gosh, what did you do? And I'm like, I ate the mint. They're like, the mint? The wasabi.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Special delivery may be coming in the mail for you. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
It's a FedEx, as a matter of fact.
Oh, awesome.
FedEx helping out the troops, and they have this, what they've done for several years now, trees for troops. And so they're helping out military families get Christmas trees.
I've never heard of this. I've heard of Toys for Tots, which is something completely different, but trees for troops.
Trees for troops. 16,000 men and women in the military families are going to have trees now because of this.
Look at that. Thanks, FedEx, honestly.
They're doing this across like 90 military bases.
Okay. So they're really getting them out there.
Literally. FedEx truck pulls up, brings out a tree, puts it at your door.
I wonder how they make the decision which families, because obviously they can't do every single family, every military family. So I wonder how that.
They consult with the North Pole.
Oh, do they?
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Naughty or nice.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Just so you know, there's a couple of things that you must avoid, especially this time of year. Merry Christmas. It's your Christmas music station, Rob and Lizz on his radio. One thing to avoid is not to spill your coffee in a microwave oven. You just don't do that.
Okay, sure. Okay.
What?
Thanks for calling me out like that. Another thing is don't call out your co-host. Okay.
Yeah, well, no. It's okay. Things will happen.
They do.
It does.
I spilled it everywhere.
She did.
Literally.
She's screaming. I'm like, what? And so I spilled a coffee. It's exactly how that's my Liz impersonation. I think I kind of nailed it.
It was dead on.
That's what she did.
I like to warm up my coffee because it's never hot enough.
Yeah, so she spilled all over the microwave, and it's
Still
a dripping mess. Yeah. She'll clean it in just a moment.
I will.
Here's another thing to avoid, just so you'll know. Never, ever do you take your toaster out to where your electric vehicle is and then put it underneath the battery to warm it up. There's a reason why. It'll catch on fire, and that's been happening in Denmark.
I mean, it's super cold in Denmark. I totally get it. But your toaster, there's got to be a better way. That's for your bagels.
They should make something for this. But evidently, a car will not start if the battery's cold, these new electric vehicles. And so the electric EV batteries, if they're warm, they'll start. And so people are like, I'll just use the toaster. That'll be fine. No, they've been catching on fire.
Wouldn't you think like a little battery cozy would work?
A battery cozy?
Like something to keep it insulated and warm so that you don't have to take, maybe your curling iron or your toaster or your air fryer and try to warm it up that way.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't the little tag on the toaster say, please do not put this in water and do not start your car with it?
Start your car with it. Yeah, it does have that